Do you think I'm going to interrupt my meal because of some sordid family squabble? What heresy!
Your Grace.
Oh, tell them I'm out. Say I'm praying or something.
But the whole town is down there.
They insist that the church intervene.
It is becoming an outrageous scandal. I really believe...
God's teeth! I've only just got over Lent, and here you all are imposing another on me.
But Your Grace...
Have it kept hot. God's teeth! Can a man not be left alone to die in peace in his own home?
Yes. It's me. My soul is in your hands.
What? Are you trying to cause trouble? Is that what you're trying to do? Is this some damn plot to rob the church of its authority? Then, what is the answer to these accusations? Surely you are sufficiently intelligent to understand that Holy Mother Church must punish those who subvert the established order. A man such as you is a menace to society. He's either criminal
or someone seeking the light. Someone in darkness. I was in darkness. And now, I can see so clearly.
And thus you see what a confusion has fallen upon you. Your Babylon is now crying out, Alas, alas. Did not the prophets and apostles speak of these things? Now is fulfilled that saying of David's to the full, Divide their tongues, O Lord, for I have seen violence in the city. Doth not this your division tend to confusion? Or is it not confusion itself in a superlative degree? For though you be divided, yet our God is not divided, but is one, yesterday, today, and forever. For I demand, first, how can Christ be called the great, the high and mighty God, if he had two other gods to share with him? Secondly, how can Christ be eternal in your creed if he were begotten? Thirdly, and how can that which receives a being from another ever be made equal with that which hath its being of itself alone? Certainly, whatever you Trinitarians say to the contrary, yet it is evident that you make Christ no more than a titular God.
By the end of the 2nd century, it appears that a majority of Christians had not accepted the views of the adoptionists, the Docetists, or the Gnostics. All these views were widely seen as theological dead ends, or worse, theological heresies that could lead to eternal damnation. Most Christians instead embraced the understanding that came to be, at least in the next century, the dominant view throughout Christendom, that Christ was a real human being who was also really divine, that he was both man and God, yet he was not two separate entities but one. How, though, could that be? If he was human, in what sense was he divine? And if he was divine, in what sense was he human? This was theological conundrum Christian thinkers had to resolve. It took them a very long time indeed to do so. Before settling on one solution, Christian thinkers proposed a number of solutions that may have seemed appropriate and satisfying at the time, but that in the long run came to be rejected as inappropriate, dissatisfying, and even heretical. This is one of the hard and fast ironies of the Christian tradition. Views that at one time were the majority opinion, or at least that were widely seen as completely acceptable, eventually came to be left behind. And as theology moved forward to become increasingly nuanced and sophisticated, these earlier majority opinions came to be condemned as heresies. We have seen this movement already with the exaltation Christology that was the original form of Christian belief. By the 2nd century, it was widely deemed heretical. Later understandings of the 2nd century were acceptable and dominant in their day, but they too came to be suspect and even spurned. Since these later understandings embraced the principal orthodox concerns to see Jesus as both human and divine, and as one being not two, yet came to be condemned as heretical, I have coined a new term for them. I call them hetero-orthodox, literally other orthodox. Here I consider two such understandings that played an important role in the formation of later Christological thinking.
There is only 1 year left until the Church celebrates the 1700th anniversary of the first ecumenical council in history, the Council of Nicaea. In 2025, Orthodox and Catholics plan to celebrate this historic date together. The celebration includes 2 key events. One is the potential trip of the Pope to Turkey, where he also visited in 2014. Although the Vatican has not confirmed this, the advisor of Patriarch Bartholomew of Constantinople has indicated that Francis plans to attend this celebration.
La proposta
Bartholomew proposed to hold it in Nicaea, in present-day Turkey. The ruins of the First Ecumenical Synod are there. It is a significant event, and preparations have already begun. Initiatives are underway, and speeches are being prepared. The other event could take place in Rome. During the Patriarch's most recent visit to the Vatican in June, Francis not only said that he wholeheartedly wishes to go to Nicaea, he also invited them to participate in the Jubilee in the Eternal City, which also marks the Jubilee year for the Orthodox Church.
Pope Francis confirmed his intention to travel to Nicaea in 2025. This confirmation occurred during this meeting with the International Theological Commission. The purpose of the visit to Turkey would be to celebrate the 17,000th anniversary of the Council of Nicaea. In fact, Catholics and Orthodox will celebrate Easter on the same day in 2025, April 20th, due to the coincidence of calendars. This visit would again be an opportunity to strengthen ecumenical ties between both churches. Patriarch Bartholomew of Constantinople invited the Pope to celebrate at this time together, but it would not be the first time the Pope has visited Turkey. He was already there in 2014, on the occasion of the Feast of St. Andrew.
The first was the view that evidently was held by a majority of Christians at the beginning of the 3rd century, including the most prominent Christian leaders in the Church, bishops of the Church of Rome and the early popes. Modern scholars sometimes call this view modalism.
In early Christianity, not everyone embraced the idea of the Trinity. Meanwhile, modalism, another early belief, argued that God is one person who manifests in 3 different modes, not distinct persons. This view, though rejected as heresy, shows the diversity of
Isso existe.